I Am That Talks with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Chapter 69. Transiency is proof of unreality. Transiency is the best proof of unreality. What is limited in time and space and applicable to one person only is not real. The real is for all and forever. Questioner. My friend is a German and I was born in England of French parents. I have been in India for over a year, wandering from ashram to ashram. Maharaj. Any spiritual practices? Sadhanas? Questioner. Studies and meditation. Maharaj. What did you meditate on? Questioner. On what I read? Maharaj. Good. Questioner. What are you doing, sir? Maharaj. Sitting. Questioner. And what else? Maharaj. Talking. Questioner. What are you talking about? Maharaj. Do you want a lecture? Better ask about something that really touches you so that you feel strongly about it. Unless you are emotionally involved, you may argue with me, but there will be no real understanding between us. If you say, nothing worries me, I have no problems, it is all right with me, we can keep quiet. But if something really touches you, then there is a purpose in talking. Shall I ask you? What is the purpose of your moving from place to place? Questioner. To meet people, to try to understand them. Maharaj. What people are you trying to understand? What exactly are you after? Questioner. Integration. Maharaj. If you want integration, you must know whom you want to integrate. Questioner. By meeting people and watching them who comes to know oneself also, it goes together. Maharaj. It does not necessarily go together. Questioner. One improves the other. Maharaj. It does not work that way. The mirror reflects the image, but the image does not improve the mirror. You are neither the mirror nor the image in the mirror. Having perfected the mirror so that it reflects correctly, truly, you can turn the mirror around and see in it a true reflection of yourself. True as far as the mirror can reflect, but the reflection is not yourself. You are the seer of the reflection. Do you understand it clearly? Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. Questioner. I am the mirror, and the world is the image? Maharaj. You can see both the image and the mirror. You are neither. Who are you? Don't go by formulas. The answer is not in words. The nearest you can say in word is, I am what makes perception possible. The life beyond the experiencer and his experience. Now, can you separate yourself both from the mirror and the image in the mirror and stand completely alone, all by yourself? Questioner. No, I cannot. Maharaj. How do you know that you cannot? There are so many things you are doing without knowing how to do it. You digest, you circulate your blood, and you move your muscles, all without knowing how. In the same way, you perceive, you feel, you think without knowing the why and how of it. Similarly, you are yourself without knowing it. There is nothing wrong with you as the self with a capital S. It is what it is to perfection. It is the mirror that is not clear and true and therefore gives you false images. You need not correct yourself. Only set right your idea of yourself. Learn to separate yourself from the image and the mirror. Keep on remembering, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. Do it patiently and with conviction, and you will surely come to the direct vision of yourself as the source of being, knowing, loving, eternal, all-embracing, all-pervading. You are the infinite focused in a body. Now, you see the body only. Try earnestly, and you will come to see the infinite only. Questioner. The experience of reality, when it comes, does it last? Maharaj. All experience is necessarily transient, but the ground of all experience is immovable. Nothing that may be called an event will last, but some events purify the mind and some stain it. Moments of deep insight and all-embracing love purify the mind, while desires and tears, envies and anger, blind beliefs and intellectual arrogance pollute and dull the psyche. Questioner. Is self-realization so important? Maharaj. Without it, you will be consumed by desires and fears, repeating themselves meaninglessly in endless suffering. Most people do not know that there can be an end to pain, but once they have heard the good news, obviously, going beyond all strife and struggle is the most urgent task that there is. You know that you can be free, and now it is up to you. Either you remain forever hungry and thirsty, longing, searching, grabbing, holding, ever losing and sorrowing, or go out wholeheartedly in search of the state of timeless perfection, to which nothing can be added, from which nothing can be taken away. In it, all desires and fears are absent, not because they were given up, but because they have lost their meaning. Questioner. So far I have been following you. Now, what am I expected to do? Maharaj. There is nothing to do, just be. Do nothing, be. No climbing mountains and sitting in caves. I do not even say be yourself, since you do not know yourself, just be. Haven't seen that you are neither the outer world of perceivables nor the inner world of thinkables, that you are neither body nor mind, just be. Questioner. Surely there are degrees of realization. Maharaj. There are no steps to realization. There is nothing gradual about it. It happens suddenly and is irreversible. You rotate into a new dimension, seen from which the previous ones are mere abstractions. Just like at sunrise you see things as they are, so on self-realization you see everything as it is. The world of illusions is left behind. Questioner. In the state of realization, do things change? Do they become colorful and full of meaning? Maharaj. The experience is quite right, but it is not the experience of reality, sadanubhav, but of harmony, satvanubhav, of the universe. Questioner. Nevertheless, there is progress. Maharaj. There can be progress only in the preparation, sadhana. Realization is sudden. The fruit ripens slowly, but falls suddenly and without return. Questioner. I am physically and mentally at peace. What more do I need? Maharaj. Yours may not be the ultimate state. You will recognize that you have returned to your natural state by a complete absence of all desire and fear. After all, at the root of all desire and fear is the feeling of not being what you are. Just as a dislocated joint causes pain only as long as it is out of shape and is forgotten as soon as it is set right, so is all self-concern a symptom of mental distortion which disappears as soon as one is in the normal state. Questioner: Yes, but what is the sadhana for achieving the natural state? Maharaj: Hold on to the sense I am to the exclusion of everything else. When thus the mind becomes completely silent, it shines with a new light and vibrates with new knowledge. It all comes spontaneously. You need only hold on to the I am. Just like emerging from sleep or a state of rapture, you feel rested, and yet you cannot explain why and how you come to feel so well. In the same way, on realization, you feel complete, fulfilled, free from the pleasure-pain complex, and yet not always able to explain what happened, why and how. You can only put it in negative terms. Nothing is wrong with me any longer. It is only by comparison with the past that you know that you are out of it. Otherwise, you are just yourself. Don't try to convey it to others. If you can, it is not the real thing. Be silent and watch it expressing itself in action. Questioner: If you could tell me what I shall become, it may help me to watch over my development. Maharaj: How can anybody tell you what you shall become when there is no becoming? You merely discover what you are. All molding oneself to a pattern is a grievous waste of time. Think neither of the past nor of the future. Just be. Questioner: How can I just be? Changes are inevitable. Maharaj: Changes are inevitable in the changeful, but you are not subject to them. You are the changeless background against which changes are perceived. Questioner: Everything changes. The background also changes. There is no need of a changeless background to notice changes. The self is momentary. It is merely the point where the past meets the future. Maharaj: Of course the self based on memory is momentary, but such a self demands unbroken continuity behind it. You know from experience that there are gaps when your self is forgotten. What brings it back to life? What wakes it up in the morning? There must be some constant factor bridging the gaps in consciousness. If you watch carefully, you will find that even your daily consciousness is in flashes, with gaps intervening all the time. What is in the gaps? What can there be but your real being, which is timeless? Mind and mindlessness are one to it. Questioner: Is there any particular place you would advise me to go for spiritual attainment? Maharaj: The only proper place is within. The outer world can neither help nor hinder. No system, no pattern of action will take you to your goal. Give up all working for the future and concentrate totally on the now. Be concerned only with your response to every movement of life as it happens. Questioner: What is the cause of the urge to roam about? Maharaj: There is no cause. You merely dream that you roam about. In a few years, your stay in India will appear as a dream to you. you will dream some other dream at that time. Do realize that it is not you who moves from dream to dream, but the dreams flow before you and you are the immutable witness. No happening affects your real being. This is the absolute truth. Questioner: cannot I move about physically and keep steady inwardly? Maharaj: you can, but what purpose does it serve? If you are earnest, you will find that in the end you will get fed up with roaming and regret the waste of energy and time. To find yourself, you need not take a single step. Questioner: is there any difference between the experience of the self Atman and of the absolute Brahman? Maharaj: there can be no experience of the absolute, as it is beyond all experience. On the other hand, the self is the experiencing factor in every experience and thus, in a way, validates the multiplicity of the experiences. The world may be full of things of great value, but there is nobody to buy them. They have no price. The Absolute contains everything experienceable, but without the experiencer, they are as nothing. That which makes the experience possible is the Absolute. That which makes the actual is the Self. Questioner: don't we reach the Absolute through a gradation of experiences? Beginning with the grossest, we end with the most sublime? Maharaj: there can be no experience without desire for it. There can be no gradation between desires, but between the most sublime desire and the freedom from all desire, there is an abyss which must be crossed. The unreal may look real, but it is transient. The real is not afraid of time. Questioner: is not the unreal the expression of the real? Maharaj: how can it be? It is like saying that truth expresses itself in dreams. To the dream, the unreal is not. It appears to the real only because you believe in it. It appears to be real only because you believe in it. Doubt it, and it ceases. When you are in love with somebody, you give it reality. You imagine your love to be all-powerful and everlasting. When it comes to an end, you say, I thought it was real, but it wasn't. Transiency is the best proof of unreality. What is limited in time and space and applicable to one person only is not real. The real is for all and forever. Above everything else, you cherish yourself. You would accept nothing in exchange for your existence. The desire to be is the strongest of all desires and will go only on the realization of your true nature. Questioner: even in the unreal, there is a touch of reality. Maharaj: yes, the reality you impart to it by taking it to be real. Having convinced yourself, you are bound by your conviction. When the sun shines, colors appear. When it sets, they disappear. Where are the colors without the light? Questioner: this is thinking in terms of duality. Maharaj: all thinking is in duality. In identity, no thought survives. I am that. Talks with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Chapter 70. God is the end of all desire and knowledge. God is the end of all desire and knowledge. All desires must be given up because by desiring, you take the shape of your desires. When no desires remain, you revert to your natural state. Maharaj, where are you from? Where are you coming from? What have you come for? Questioner, I come from America and my friend is from the Republic of Ireland. I came about 6 months ago and I was traveling from ashram to ashram. My friend came on his own. Maharaj, what have you seen? Questioner, I have been to Sri Ramanashram and also I have visited Rishikesh. Can I ask you what is your opinion of Sri Ramana Maharshi is? Maharaj, we are both the same ancient state. But what do you know of Maharshi? You take yourself to be a name and a body, so all you perceive are names and bodies. Questioner, were you to meet Maharshi, what would happen? Maharaj, probably we would feel quite happy. We may even exchange a few words. Questioner, but would he recognize you as a liberated man? Maharaj, of course, as a man recognizes a man, so a jnani recognizes a jnani. You cannot appreciate what you have not experienced. You are what you think yourself to be, but you cannot think yourself to be what you have not experienced. Questioner, to become an engineer, I must learn engineering. To become God, what must I learn? Maharaj, you must unlearn everything. God is the end of all desire and knowledge. Questioner, you mean to say that I become God merely by giving up the desire to become God? Maharaj, all desires must be given up because by desiring, you take the shape of your desires. When no desires remain, you revert to your natural state. Questioner, how do I come to know that I have achieved perfection? Maharaj, you cannot know perfection. You can know only imperfection. For knowledge to be, there must be a separation and disharmony. You can know what you are not, but you cannot know your real being. You can only be what you are. The entire approach is through understanding, which is in the seeing of the false as false. But to understand, you must observe from outside. Questioner, the Vedantic concept of Maya, illusion, applies to the manifested. Therefore, our knowledge of the manifested is unreliable. But we should be able to trust our knowledge of the unmanifested. Maharaj, there can be no knowledge of the unmanifested. The potential is unknowable. Only the actual can be known. Questioner, why should the knower remain unknown? Maharaj, the knower knows the known. Do you know the knower? Who is the knower of the knower? You want to know the unmanifested? Can you say you know the manifested? Questioner, I know things and ideas and their relations. It is the sum total of all my experiences. Maharaj, all? Questioner, well, all actual experiences I admit I cannot know what did not happen. Maharaj, if the manifested is the sum total of all actual experiencers, including their experiences, how much of the total do you know? A very small part indeed. And what is the little you know? Questioner, some sensory experiences as related to myself. Maharaj, not even that you only know, not even that you only know that you react. Who reacts and to what? You do not know. You know on contact that you exist. I am. The I am this, I am that are imaginary. Questioner, I know the manifested because I participate in it. I admit my part in it is very small, yet it is as real as the totality of it. And what is more important, I give it meaning. Without me, the world is dark and silent. Maharaj, a firefly illuminating the world. You don't give meaning to the world, you find it. Dive deep into yourself and find the source from where all meaning flows. Surely, it is not the superficial mind that can give meaning. Questioner, what makes me limited and superficial? Maharaj, the total is open and available, but you will not take it. You are attached to the little person you think yourself to be. Your desires are narrow, your ambitions petty. After all, without a center of perception, where would the manifested be? Unperceived, the manifested is as good as the unmanifested, and you are the perceiving point, the non-dimensional source of all dimensions. You know yourself as the total. Questioner, how can a point contain a universe? Maharaj, there is enough space in a point for an infinity of universes. There is no lack of capacity. Self-limitation is the only problem, but you cannot run away from yourself. However far you go, you come back to yourself and to the need for understanding this point, which is as nothing and yet is the source of everything. Questioner, I came to India in search of a yoga teacher. I am still in search. Maharaj, what kind of yoga do you want to practice? The yoga of getting or the yoga of giving up? Questioner, don't they come to the same in the end? Maharaj, how can they? One enslaves and the other liberates. The motive matters supremely. Freedom comes through renunciation. All possession is bondage. Questioner, what I have the strength and the courage to hold on to, why should I give it up? And if I have not the strength, how can I give it up? I do not understand this need for giving up. When I want something, why should I not pursue it? Renunciation is for the weak. Maharaj, if you do not have the wisdom and the strength to give it up, just look at your possessions. Your mere looking will burn them up. If you can stand outside your mind, you will soon find that total renunciation of possessions and desires is the most obviously reasonable thing to do. You create the world and then worry about it. Becoming selfish makes you weak. If you think you have the strength and courage to desire, it is because you are young and inexperienced. Invariably, the object of desire destroys the means of acquiring it, and then withers away itself. It is all for the best because it teaches you to shun desire like poison. Questioner. How am I to practice desirelessness? Maharaj. No need of practice, no need of any acts of renunciation. Just turn your mind away. That is all. Desire is merely the fixation of the mind on an idea. Get it out of its groove by denying it attention. Questioner. That is all? Maharaj. Yes, that is all. Whatever may be the desire or fear, don't dwell upon it. Try and see for yourself. Here and there you may forget. It does not matter. Go back to your attempts until the brushing away of every desire and fear, of every reaction becomes automatic. Questioner. How can one live without emotions? Maharaj. You can have all the emotions you want, but beware of reactions, of induced emotions. Be entirely self-determined and ruled from within, not from without. Merely giving up a thing to secure a better one is not true relinquishment. Give it up because you see its valuelessness. As you continue giving up, you will find that you grow spontaneously in intelligence, power, and inexhaustible love and joy. Questioner. Why so much insistence on relinquishing all desires and fears? Are they not natural? Maharaj. They are not. They are entirely mind-made. You have to give up everything to know that you need nothing, not even your body. Your needs are unreal and your efforts are meaningless. You imagine that your possessions protect you. In reality, they make you vulnerable. Realize yourself as apart from all that can be pointed at as this or that. You are unreachable by any sensory experience or verbal construction. Turn away from them. Refuse to impersonate. Questioner. After I have heard you, what am I to do? Maharaj. Merely hearing will not help you much. You must keep it in mind and ponder it, and try to understand the state of mind which makes me say what I say. I speak from truth. Stretch your hand and take it. You are not what you think yourself to be. I assure you. The image you have of yourself is made up from memories and is purely accidental. Questioner. What I am is the result of my karma. Maharaj. What you appear to be, you are not. Karma is only a word you have learned to repeat. You have never been, nor shall ever be a person. Refuse to consider yourself as one, but as long as you do not even doubt yourself to be Mr. So-and-so, there is little hope. When you refuse to open your eyes, what can you be shown? Questioner. I imagine karma to be a mysterious power that urges me towards perfection. Questioner. That's what people told you. You are already perfect here and now. The perfectible is not you. You imagine yourself to be what you are not. Stop it. It is the cessation that is important, not what you are going to stop. Questioner. Did not karma compel me to become what I am? Maharaj. Nothing compels. You are as you believe yourself to be. Stop believing. Questioner. Here you are sitting on your seat talking to me. What compels you is your karma. Maharaj. Nothing compels me. I do what needs doing, but you do so many unnecessary things. It is your refusal to examine that creates karma. It is your indifference to your own suffering that perpetuates it. Questioner. Yes, it is true. What can put an end to this indifference? Maharaj, the urge must come from within as a wave of detachment or compassion. Questioner, could I meet this urge halfway? Maharaj, of course. See your own condition. See the condition of the world. Questioner, we were told about karma and reincarnation, evolution and yoga, masters and disciples. What are we to do with all this knowledge? Maharaj, leave it all behind you. Forget it. Go forth, unburdened with ideas and beliefs. Abandon all verbal structures, all relative truths, all tangible objectives. The absolute can be reached by absolute devotion only. Don't be half-hearted. Questioner, I must begin with some absolute truth. Is there any? Maharaj, yes, there is. The feeling I am. Begin with that. Questioner, nothing else is true. Maharaj, all else is neither true nor false. It seems real when it appears, it disappears when it is denied. A transient thing is a mystery. Questioner, I thought the real is the mystery. Maharaj, how can it be? The real is simple, open, clear and kind, beautiful and joyous. It is completely free of contradictions. It is ever new, ever fresh, endlessly creative, being and non-being, life and death, all distinctions merge in it. Questioner, I can admit that all is false, but does it make my mind non-existent? Maharaj, the mind is what it thinks. To make it true, think true. Questioner, if the shape of things is mere appearance, what are they in reality? Maharaj, in reality there's only perception. The perceiver and the perceived are conceptual. The fact of perceiving is actual. Questioner, where does the absolute come in? Maharaj, the absolute is the birthplace of perceiving. It makes perception possible. But too much analysis leads you nowhere. There is in you the core of being which is beyond analysis, beyond the mind. You can know it in action only, express it in daily life, and its light will grow ever brighter. The legitimate function of the mind is to tell you what is not. If you want positive knowledge, you must go beyond the mind. Questioner, in all the universe, is there one single thing of value? Maharaj, yes, the power of love.